Hi class, this is the demo video for Project 9, the Intro to Microsoft Excel 2007, and spreadsheets. The project is statistical analysis. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you how to set up your spreadsheet for a statistical project. I'm going to open up Microsoft Excel 2007. This is your basic spreadsheet. Down here at the bottom you have different sheets that I could click on to change if you wanted multiple sheets. The entire document is considered a workbook. Across the top you have your tabs similar to Microsoft Word and PowerPoint, and your ribbon with your different options for each tab. For this project, sports seem to work really well. What you're going to do is go online and you're going to find raw statistics, the totals for something you're interested in. Again, sports seem to work. I've seen movies done. I've seen MMA, I've seen movies and songs and a lot of different things people got creative on. It's a lot easier to do something that's very mainstream that you can find totals of. I'm going to do something pretty simple since it's basketball season. I'm just going to create a simple basketball spreadsheet and show you how to complete this project if you were to do a basketball. Feel free to do something similar to me, just do different people and different stats. Okay, so it's your own unique project. Okay, so I'm going to type in here this first cell. The cells are located where I click. Columns are across the top, A, B, C, D, and rows go down the side, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So in cell A1, I'm going to title it Player. I'm going to hit the Tab button to go over to the next cell, and I'm going to put their team. Next one, I'm going to put Games Played. This is my header row. Okay, basically my column headings for my data table. Okay, after games played, I'm going to put in points scored. Then I'm going to do points per game. Okay, and I'm going to do rebounds. I'm going to do rebounds per game. I'm going to do assists and assists per game. And I'm going to do field goals made, field goals attempted, field goal percentage. The goal for this project is you have to have 4 columns that you're calculating averages for. Okay, so I'm going to highlight those and show you what I'm talking about. Points per game, rebounds per game, assists per game, and field goal percentage are all things that I can calculate using formulas in Excel. I can also guarantee you that you can go online and find LeBron James's points per game. That's not the point of this project. The point is to find his totals. Okay, maybe he scored 1,250 points so far in 85 games. You can then calculate his points per game. Your job is to show me that you can do formulas in Excel. Okay, so you're looking for total stats. And what you see on my screen here, I'm highlighting the areas where I'm figuring out some averages. Okay, now I'm going to format my cells. Okay, I want you to watch carefully. Okay, I can make these top row. If I highlight it, I've selected this region. Notice if I click on an entire row, like row 4, I've selected all the way out until infinity. Okay, you want to be very careful on what you select. So I'm going to select this region here. I'm going to bold my font. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Okay, I'm going to set the values of my columns. So I'm going to simply click on column A all the way down to infinity. Click on the A, right click, and I'm going to go down to column width. And then here I'm going to set my column width to say 20 so I can fit a full person's name. The team can be an abbreviation. I think I can fit it in that amount of space. Games is a small number. I think that's fine. Points, I think that's close. Points per game. These all look like they'll work. The problem is I can't read the whole thing that's valued in my cell. So from games over, I'm going to click on games and slide all the way over to field goal percentage. Then I'm going to right click and go to what's called the Format Cells dialog box. I open that dialog box up, and here's where I can work on telling Excel what exactly I want my cells to display. So in here I have the alignment tab. In the alignment tab, I'm simply going to change the orientation of these cells. Notice again, I'm only selected on this region, not the entire column. Okay, I hit OK, and now I get an angle, and I can now read, okay, my full names. So then I'm going to highlight them again. Up here I can play with the shade, give it a little bit of a contrast for that header row, that column headers. And I can give it a border by clicking here to give it a little bit of a aesthetic characteristics. Okay. So now I'm going to fill in. I'm going to go through and format it some more. So in column A, it's going to be text. So I can leave that alone. Column B, again, it's going to be text. From C over is going to be some kind of a number. Okay, so I want you to pay attention. So using the control button, I'm going to select all the columns that are going to be full numbers with no decimal places. So I know column C, column D, column F, column H, column J, and column K. Again, I'm selecting while I'm holding the control button so I can select multiple columns. These columns are all going to be filled with numbers that have no half values. They're all going to be full numbers. So I'm going to right click once I have those all selected, go up to the Format Cells dialog box again, and I can go into the Number tab and tell Excel what numbers I want to display in that region. So I want to have a full number with no decimal places. If there is thousands, I like to use commas. So I click there, I hit OK, and that sets my region so that way when I type numbers in here, it'll be formatted the way I want it to look. Okay, now I'm going to do that same thing for my averages. Points per game, rebounds per game, and assists per game. If I right click with those three selected and format these cells, these are going to be numbers that are generally averages, and I only want me to display one decimal. Okay, so I want to go to one decimal and then hit OK. The last one, field goal percentage, if I right click, go to column or format cells, I can click on percentage, and I want it to display it with one decimal place. So now it will have to it'll display me with a percentage sign. I don't have to worry about that. Okay. Now I'm ready to go find my data. So for this project, you have to have 4 columns that you select that give you averages, and you have to have at least 4 different comparisons. So I'm just going to type in some of my favorite basketball players and compare them. Okay, I'm going to type in the teams they play for, abbreviated. Okay, now I got to go online. Okay, I need you to go to a website that you can trust. Okay, I'm going to go to the internet. I can use ESPN.com or NBA.com. Let's go to NBA.com, the official website of the NBA. And I can go there and find stats. Now I'm going to expedite this process by just doing it for one player, and then I'm going to make up the stats for the other ones. But you're going to actually go through and find the stats for all 4 people that you choose. I'm going to find where their stats are. Here's stats, individual stats. And I'm just going to find the stats for one player so I can speed this video up. And I'll make up the rest just for now. So let's find LeBron James' name. Here he is. Here comes his profile on NBA.com. Again, I'm looking for his totals. Okay, so career stats and totals. That's what I want. So there we go. I don't want anything that has a percentage sign or a decimal, because I can calculate that on my own. So So I find here where it says his career season totals. So where's this year? 11-12. He's played 16 games, and he has a total of 463 points. So I'm going to go back to him, type in 16 games, and I think it was 468 points. Let's go back and double check. 463. Okay, 463. Again, I don't want to find his points per game. I'm going to do that myself. I want to find out how many rebounds he has and assists. So I'm going to go up here to his totals. Rebounds, he has 130 rebounds and 114 assists. 130, 114. Again, skipping the per games. Field goals made and attempted. Field goals made and attempted right here. 171 for 310. So 171, 310. So that's my raw data, okay? And again, if I was to do this for real, I'd go up and find Chris Paul's, I'd find Kobe Bryant's, Monte Ellis's. I'm just going to pretend like they all played 16 games. I'm going to pretend that Chris Paul scored 251. Maybe he played 13 games. Kobe Bryant played, 497. And Monte Ellis had 441, okay? Rebounds, I'm just going to make these up as well. Assists, I'm going to make these up as well. And field goals, just make these numbers up. Okay, now that I got my data filled in, now I'm going to make the averages. So in here in the points per game, as soon as you press the equal sign, which is right up by the backspace, you hit equals. That triggers the formula bar, okay, for you to add something to this cell. Okay, so this cell, okay, cell E2 is going to equal the points scored. So I'm going to click on this cell. Notice how it says D2 up here. So again, this cell equals D2 divided by this cell, which is the games played. So this cell specifically equals D2 divided by C2. I hit enter, and notice how LeBron James has 28.9 points per game. If I go back to NBA.com, I can check in his per game averages that he has 28.9 points per game. So I did it correctly. Rebounds per game equals the rebound cell divided by the game cell, and I hit enter. 8.1. The assist per game equals the assist cell divided by the game cell, enter. Field goal percentage equals the makes divided by the misses, enter. As you can see, you're seeing 55.2 in this cell, but in the formula bar, you're seeing J2 divided by K2. That tells me that you know how to create a formula in Excel. The cool thing is, once you create the formula for the first row of your data table, this little black box in the bottom right corner lets you copy the formula. So I'm going to click and drag 4 cells down, and notice how it calculated it all for all 4 players. Do the same thing for the rebounds, the assists, and the field goal percentage. Okay, before I get too far, I'm going to save this. File, save as, a workbook. Okay, in my computer core folder, you should go save this somewhere. I'm going to go ahead and make a folder here for my project 9. But you're going to have this in your computer core folder. Last name underscore project 9. Please create that folder in your computer core folder and save this as last name project 9. Okay, you're going to end up having an Excel file, a PowerPoint file, and a PDF all in that folder. So now I'm saved. and I'm ready to move on to part